Alright, so this is Forge Fire Games, and this is a sample turn of how to play Magical Forge TCG. You probably saw the hour-long video and thought, I don't really want to watch that. So, this is a sample turn of everything you can do on your turn. At the beginning of the game, and at the beginning of each turn of yours, you draw 3 cards from your normal deck. In this case, my spell deck is in green sleeves, and my normal deck is in white sleeves. So I will draw 3 of the white sleeved cards. These are the cards I got. Auraris the Unknown Light, Flame-Cloaked Finisararis, and a forge card called Mountain of Fire. Then I will draw spells from the spell deck equal to the number of creatures I drew. These cards are creature cards. Thus, I will draw 2 spell cards. I got a spell that says, this card activates when a magic type card is put into play. Discard 1 magic type card in play. This card activates when an uncommon creature is put into play. Each uncommon creature in play gains 1 spell. Those are my spell cards. Now, since I have creatures from my hand onto my field, I will first play Flame-Cloaked Finisararis from my hand to my field, and then I will play Auraris, the Unknown Light. Auraris' ability says, once per turn, while this card is in play, you may put 1 common, multiple type creature from your discard pile into play with 1 spell on it. Thus, there are no effects that activate when Auraris is put into play. Now, I can attach spell cards from my hand to my creatures. Since I have 2 creatures in play, I can attach 2 spell cards. You may only attach spell cards to your creatures equal to the number of creatures you have in play. Thus, since I have 2 creatures, I can attach 2 spell cards. I will attach 1 spell card to Flame-Cloaked Finisararis, and I will attach 1 spell card to Auraris, the Unknown Light. At any time on your turn, you can play Forge cards. Forge cards are cards that help you gain an advantage over your opponent. I will play the Forge card, Mountain of Fire. Each fire-type creature in play gains 1 spell. Since these creatures are both fire types, they will gain a spell. I will then put the Forge card from the field into the discard pile. If you are done attaching spells and summoning creatures, you may attack your opponent's life points directly. In this example, I went first, so I could not attack. But let's pretend that I went second. I will attack with Flame-Cloaked Finisararis, and my imaginary opponent, who will happily play for me, will block the attack. Since my opponent is blocking the attack, Flame-Cloaked Finisararis puts 1 spell card attached to him into play. A spell attached to a creature is not considered in play. However, if you have a floating spell card like this, that means it is put into play. So, now my Flame-Cloaked Finisararis loses a spell card that is then put into play. And the blocking creature would do the same thing. A spell card can only activate while it is in play. Thus, since this card says this card activates when an uncommon creature is put into play, if any uncommon creatures come into play while this card is in play, each uncommon creature will gain a spell. Now, let's pretend that my opponent has no more creatures to block with. I will attack with Auraris the Unknown Light. Since my opponent cannot block the attack, Auraris' attack hits them directly. This dice will represent my opponent's life points. My opponent will lose 2 life points because Auraris has 2 spells. They always lose the number of life points equal to the number of spells on the creature. Thus, my opponent is now at 13. Let's pretend that we will activate this spell card. I will go through my deck, and for sake of effect, I will pull out an uncommon creature. Let's use Firebane River Rock. If I put Firebane River Rock into play, this spell card will activate because Firebane River Rock is an uncommon creature. I don't know if you can see it, but it says uncommon right here. This spell card activates so that each uncommon creature in play gains a spell. That's how you activate a spell card. Thank you for watching. I hope this cleared up any questions you may have about the game in general. Please leave a comment below, and thank you once again.